they did their job up the road, let's be honest. All we can hope for now is the fact that if we do go out in the summer and do a bit of business, then we can actually contend in the Europa League, maybe qualify by winning it. Is that a long shot? Is it hope? Is it a dream? Potentially, but it's still a possibility at this stage.
Has MIKEL Arteta got to win the Europa League next season?
For him to stay,
he has
to do bits. He has to do bits. The progress is there, but it's not enough for it to sort of secure him his future. Despite the contract, I said it was a bad idea to announce the contract decision. People moaned at me for it, but when we had so many inconsistencies in the team, as we've proved, I just think the hype wasn't the right time. But now we need to see some proof that we're going in the right direction.
It's Lee Judges TV for all my gooners, all my gunners. Yeah, you know where to be. Subscribe to the channel, cause you know it's a lot. With the legendary judges and the one damn pot.
Hello, Lee Judges TV here. Listen, Arsenal 5, Everton 1. Am I happy? No, I've got to say I'm a little bit disappointed after that, really. A bit of an anticlimax. Obviously, Tottenham winning, I think I was 5-0 up the last time I see it like. But all in all, fantastic performance. Is it a good season or not? That's the question I'm going to ask. First of all, I'm going to get in my mate, man, Potsy. Was it a good season or not? That's what I want to know that.
Listen, people are going to say it is because we've got European football. For me, I think we've failed. And listen, today was about the enjoyment and the social because I'd already accepted that Norwich were going to lose and I already accepted that we were going to win. And I think that when you look at it today, you've got to try and look at the positives, and it's very difficult, Lee. It is very difficult to look at the positives because I was still struggling to get over Monday, if I'm honest with you, against Newcastle, and I think a lot of people are in the same boat. I look at some of the performances today and the question marks are why could we not put that sort of performance in against Newcastle? I know it's a different opponent. I know Everton are on the beach and now they're safe and they've pretty much rolled over today, to be fair, but we played some good football at times today. Before Martin Ødegaard was very, very good, and that goal was pretty sensational, to be fair to him. Placed that in the corner, but I think when you look at the season overall, we've got a lot of question marks over January, a lot of question marks over whether this manager is up for it or not. And I think when you look at the start we had, a lot of people will say that the start we had is now a good season because of the first 3 games. I don't really buy that when we've got 35 games left to play. So I think when you look at today, in terms of the performance, you can see that we have some quality on the pitch, but we still did a lot more if we want to get into this Champions League. And I think when you look at the Champions League itself, I don't think we moved here to get into the Champions League and qualify for it. I was told we were moving here to compete in the Champions League and to go for titles. So we're a long way off that yet. We have to look in the next few years to see how we get to that stage. And looking at Man City and Liverpool at the moment, it's very difficult to compete with them. So I think overall today we're all happy because it's a good win. We look back to the season, enjoy today, the sun's shining, everyone's had a good social. But when we look at it competitively, it's not been a great season for me because we had trophyless again. We're in Europe, but we come out of Europe to qualify for the Europa League. That for me is not good enough. I wanted to see the Champions League at least. And we failed to do that today. And of course, Tottenham have got it. So I'm disappointed, mate, I can't lie.
No, I agree with you. Listen, it's very, very tough with Tottenham getting there, Russ. Obviously, you're a local. Would it be a little bit more acceptable if it wasn't for Tottenham?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, if it had been United or West Ham or anyone else, it would have been acceptable. But yeah, it's a big underachievement for me, Lee. A big underachievement because I think we could have got there with a little bit of investment in January. I think with a striker, an extra striker with some more goals, and one more midfield player to cover for Partey, I think we could have been there or thereabouts.
Like, if you would just put it down to one thing, I'm very disappointed after the day, I'm going to say, because I felt we should have got Champions League football. If you got to pinpoint it to one thing, what would that one thing be?
Lack of squad depth. It's just lack of squad depth.
So January
for me, yeah. When we were in the position to do the business, we didn't, and we've took a massive gamble, which could come back and bite us on the arse next year. Because next year's going to be very, very difficult with the likes of Newcastle. With the likes of even West Ham will probably strengthen, and it's going to be even more difficult next year to maintain that position we're in. I think we missed a massive opportunity this year.
Yeah, I'll go along with you. Let's get it from an American point of view. Obviously, like, what is overall? Are you disappointed by the season, or are you infused by it?
I mean, enough of the negativity at this point. I mean, look, we've had 6 days to absorb what happened on Monday. Monday was the day for negativity because we absolutely blew every opportunity that we had to control our own destiny. We've known that. We knew Tottenham was going to win today. And so if you're asking me about the season,
What is your thoughts of the season? Be honest. What do you think?
better than we thought, less than we could have done. And look, I'm trying to focus on the positives. We made a lot of positive strides in this season. The consistency is not there. The consistency needs to be there because the games that we won and the games that we lost just they don't make any sense this season, but hopefully they will next season. But look, you go from 8th to 5th. It's not at all where we want to be as a club, but you can't say it's not improvement. And the things aside from that, I sat today in Block 25 with a group of people that were chanting and singing the entire game. The connection is there. The things that are beyond the table and beyond results, which I know are the less important things, they are still important, and I think we've made a drastic improvement. And so this season for me, having come to 8 games this season and enjoyed every bit of it, is a massive improvement. But we need to keep going next year.
Keep going. Okay, connection, Lucy. Do you think is that enough that the fans have connected with the players have connected with the fans? Is that enough to say it's a good season?
Listen, as fans, we can only do so much. We can only show up and support how we support, and I feel like the atmosphere has been a lot higher this season. The morale of actually contending for the top 4. Absolutely. Listen, they did their job up the road, let's be honest. All we can hope for now is the fact that if we do go out in the summer and do a bit of business, then we can actually contend in the Europa League, maybe qualify by winning it. Is that a long shot? Is it hope? Is it a dream? Potentially, but it's still a possibility at this stage.
Has MIKEL ARTETA got to win the Europa League next season?
For him to stay,
he has
to do bits. He has to do bits. The progress is there, but it's not enough for it to sort of secure him his future. Despite the contract, I said it was a bad idea to announce the contract decision. People moaned at me for it, but when we had so many inconsistencies in the team, as we've proved, I just think the hype wasn't the right time. But now we need to see some proof that we're going in the right direction.
Okay, brilliant. Albert, what do you reckon? Do you reckon it's been what is going to be success and failure of next season under the regime at the moment? What is going to be success and failure?
They have to get back into the top 4.
So Champions League next season. What happens if we don't get Champions League?
Then it shouldn't be the manager.
Is that how we're going to go?
Simple, yeah. Because the thing is, if it doesn't work with one, you have to listen. It's going to get to a point where is it going to be a case of we talk about is it inexperience or is it incompetence and stubbornness? This will be his full season going into next season now. We had a golden opportunity this season. 10 games to go. We've taken 15 points out of 30. That's not good enough to get top 4.
No, I agree. So he's under pressure from you from day one next season.
Yeah, because the thing is, everybody will strengthen. Yes, we're going to spend money, and are we going to get the right profile of player or the key players and the key components of the pitch in terms of being up top and in the middle of the park? I'm not too sure. They say they've got their targets, they say they've got their plans, let's see them execute it. But my worry is, we've got more games. Look, when we play West Ham, for example, West Ham have played 11 more games than us. Could you imagine if we played 11 more times with the squad depth that we have?
We'll be on our feet. We'll be on our feet. But we chose to go down that route because we didn't have European football, So what in the summer now has he got to do then? How many players do we need? I'll ask that question. That's the question. How many players do we need to compete in the Europa League and the Premier League?
Wow. How long have we got to 10?
As much as 10. Is everybody got 11? People are saying 11. Anyone higher than 10? 7.
We need at least a minimum 4.
Minimum 4.
In this window.
Minimum 4. I'm going to say it's a minimum of 7.
In this window coming.
Yeah, a minimum of 7.
We need to address the 2 key areas. That's a striker and the midfield, and potentially a backup right back.
Okay, now Lewis, let's bring you in. Where do you think it went wrong for Arsenal this season?
In January, where we had the chance to strengthen, we didn't get that chance to strengthen. We had the target in the striker, we didn't get, and then we kind of sustained it. And then after the international break was the key, where we got 3 games in Palace, Southampton, Brighton, didn't take points. You think if you took at least 4 out of that, we're in the top 4. So for me, it's right after that international window where, everybody's come back. Squads are tired. Our squad's quite thin anyway. But for me, it's right there. That was the key time. January and the international break.
Right, listen, we've won 5-1 today, so we should be a little bit pleased like that, right? No, you said your bit. I want you to ask a question to everybody. I want to ask a question. Is Mikel Arteta under pressure from next season? So from the start. Why is that? Because he's just signed a new free contract.
Under pressure for his job? Is that what you're saying? Under pressure for his job?
Yeah, go on.
No way, he's not under pressure for his job.
Why not?
Everyone jumps on the bandwagon too much. The geezer's a quality manager. You remember we finished 8th last season, yeah? Why is everyone
Who was manager?
Mikel.
So he's not quality then, is he?
Well, he's got us better than we were last season, is he not?
He's got 8th and 8th and 5th. So is he in the? It's a serious question. Is he in the group with the people, the 4 above him?
Obviously not. No, it's a silly question.
He's not quality then, is he?
No, but he's good enough. If we're getting better,
good enough for what? Good enough for what?
For us to get challenging for top 4. What did we do this season?
So that's what I'm saying. So what is success and failure for Mikel Arteta next year?
No, let me speak right. It's either we start again and we get a new manager in from the top. They're all taken at the moment.
That's not the question I asked.
No, I'm speaking right.
That's not the question I asked.
Go on, say your question.
The question is, like, you know what I mean? What is he going to do next season? What for you is going to be successful for Mikel Arteta to keep his job?
Get us top 4.
You've only got one.
Top 4.
Top 4. I think he's all right. Okay. Do you think that he can get there?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, we're a few points off this season. We had sloppy results.
Now ask the question. How many games does he get before he's under pressure?
Well, come in here, like, you know what I mean? It's a good question. How many? All right, Russ has asked the question. How many games is it going to take Mikel to be before he's under pressure?
I don't want to see any more excuses next season. I want to see us hit the ground running. I want to see all the signings done before July, because if we don't, we've got Nations League fixtures and stuff coming on.
World Cup as well.
World Cup as well at the end. So I want to see all the business done before the beginning of July, and he's got 5 games for me. Because if we're out of the running for everything after 5 games, like we have been for the last 6 or 7 years, I'm not accepting it no more. Well, us Arsenal fans have now got to say enough is enough. We have to be better from the get-go next season.
So I agree with you, lot, because I think at the end of the day, I'm going to be honest here, Mikel, right? I think when you look at it, he's got top 5 without no striker. Yeah. I'm going to be honest, with no world-class striker, no world-class midfield player, and really like a defence that's got players injured.
Lee, that's because a lot of the other teams have messed up as well. I don't think that's going to be the same situation when we get to the beginning of next season.
You don't know that, though.
No, we do, because we know Newcastle are going to improve, we know that Manchester United are going to improve, and we know that Liverpool and Manchester City are going to improve, because they're going to keep on pushing forward. We have got to do the same. We have got to get at least... Listen, we know that team is not good enough to get top 4, because we haven't. So
but what I say now is top 4 now, but also like the Europa League does give us a chance to get into the Champions League as well. If he can't get top 4, has he got to win the Europa League?
The European football, we never had no European football this year.
That wasn't a question, Russ.
No, but next year we've got European football, so we've got more.
I asked the question, you answer. Is Mikel Arteta under pressure if he wins the Europa League? Look, listen, guys, if he wins the Europa League next season, I don't care whether he comes 6th, 7th or 8th. He's in the Champions League.
Listen,
we get a trophy.
You would always take a trophy over a league.
Well, I would.
Any day of the week. Right. But what I'm saying is it's going to be even harder next year, and that's why the squad, when people say we need 2 or 3 players, no, we don't. We need 7, 8, 9 players, because we're running on 17 to 19 players at the moment. That's not going to get us. That's not going to get us anywhere next year. We're going to be struggling.
I love to think that. I don't think we've signed 9 players in 5 years. You know what I mean? Like, so how are we going to do that?
Shit players that aren't good
No. That is absolutely spot on what he's just said.
What did he say? What did you say?
I said if we're looking to get 7, 8, 9 players in, they're going to be shit players that you're moaning about because they're not good enough quality for the money.
They're not necessarily going to be shit players. We need at least 4 players that are going to come in to the first 11 to give. We need competition in that first 11. I think there's a lot of players in this first 11 that are too comfortable. There's not enough competition. So once you bring in those players that are going to give a bit of the squad's going to improve. Also, you need players like El Nene that are going to come in and say, do you know what? I'm a squad player, so what? I'm going to come in and I'm going to do my job.
But credit to El Nene.
Yeah, listen, El Nene's done really well. Like, listen, Cedric and El Nene have done well for us, but they're playing far too many games for what you need, like, you know. One question. You've had your say. You're right, I like Oggy. You're right. I like Oggy. I look at it now, like, you know, players I'm going to say. I'm going to come to you on this one, like, because otherwise I won't hear the last of it. Partey and Tierney, like, you know, could not last a season with no European football. What do we do about them?
We're going to have to get replacements that that can play if needed. I mean, the Tierney's replacement this season had a bit of a rocky road. All right, Nuno was not great, but we're looking already at a reinforcement from Bologna. We need to replace stronger. Can I just say that you mentioned?
I'll ask you one question.
We've won 5-1 today. Can we please spend a little time focusing and having some joy about today? All right?
Okay. Listen.
What do you mean top now? What do you mean shit? Thank you. That's all right. We ain't top now. We ain't top now. We ain't top now. We ain't top now.
One more question. I'm going to ask these four. I'm going to ask these these boys here. Like, yeah. What do you reckon? Go on. You want to say something? What are you going to say?
Needs to be better, man.
Needs to be better.
What is that, man?
Yeah, that's right. I agree with that. Go on. What you got to say?
I think Tottenham are dead. How can you be winning 2-0 to Norwich? I think it's absolutely dead.
Yeah, he's dead. Like, come on. Don't let me down. Come on, Arsenal. Good or bad?
All right.
All right, there we go. Like. Listen, at the end of the day, yes, we have won 5-1, but it didn't really mean nothing in the end, and that's why I think everybody's a little bit subdued. But at the end of the day, we move on. Next, I'll tell you what, I'm going to say this now. We've got a good squad of young players. We've got to build on that. If we can build on that, future looks bright for Arsenal. I'll tell you what's more important now than anything else, contracts and whatever, is what Arsenal Football Club do in the transfer window this summer. If they don't do the business in the transfer window this summer, we'll be here this time next season saying the same thing. So it's down to the board now, not Mikel. It's down to the board, it's down to Edu, it's down to the Cronkies to sort it out, like, yeah. Over and out.